Hey guys, Nick here, Thrive Entrepreneur. Now, we're going to be going to cover content marketing secrets. And I really like this, I really like covering content marketing because I'm a bit of a creator myself. I love systems, but I also love creating content. Now, if you're one of these people that doesn't like creating content, I'm actually going to share with you also how you can outsource that for very, very low cost. If you're somebody who loves content marketing, then you'll probably find this will help to provide inspiration and some structure for you to follow when it comes to creating your own content for your audience. So we're going to cover the idea jogger. So there's ideas for content. We're going to cover the one thing and why that's important in your content marketing efforts to not confuse your audience, but also to provide them with help right away so they can become raving fans. Then we're going to cover the actual content and what sort of content you can actually produce and the types of content. And then we're going to cover the CTA, or the call to action. And that's really important because every piece of content marketing needs to have a call to action. So the idea jogger. Now, if you need content ideas, if you're wondering how you can find ideas, I'm going to show you some little tips here. So first you can go to competitor websites. So for example, if I wanted to just pop out here and I wanted to jump over into my browser and I wanted to go to, say, fitnessfirst.com.au. Say if these guys are a gym, and say if say if there's an Australian gym that I run, I want to take a look and see what sort of content they're producing. So we can go to their blog here. I don't know why that opens in a pop up. It's probably an ad. Get there with Fitness First. Oh no, it is their blog. It's just a different version of their site, their blog version. So you can see here that they've definitely got their style. They use a lot of reds, and they keep their color scheme the same. But let's look at the content. The 4 behaviors of an empowered gym woman, 6 common excuses and how to bust them, the busy person's guide to meditation. Let's say you wanted to do like a 7 common excuses and how to avoid them or how to break them. So you can use similar headlines. It's fine. There's a lot of content on the web these days, so don't be afraid to take inspiration and model other people's content. So we've got these now. I would bullet point them with a number on them since they put 6 common excuses. They got them in bold here, but I would definitely put like excuse number 1. I'm afraid I'll hurt myself, this type of stuff. And so they've probably got one of their personal trainers write the blog, and so that's something you can do as well. But that's the first thing. If you want some inspiration, you can jump onto other people's websites there, competitor websites, and then you got BuzzSumo. So let's jump over to BuzzSumo, buzzsumo.com. BuzzSumo allows you to find the most popular content in the web. So if we wanted to look up teeth whitening, let's check that out, see if we can get any hits for that. Oil pulling, whiten your teeth, detoxify your body and prevent cavities? ? People probably haven't heard of oil pulling before, and if they hadn't and they were looking at whitening the teeth, look at this one, guaranteed teeth whitening in less than 2 minutes. Let's click this because it's going to show us this article. And you can get some more ideas. You can see what people actually like. This one here's got 20,000 shares on Facebook. I mean, that shows us it's really popular. Same with some of the other ones. So you can see the amount of shares here. The truth is, I mean, in less than 2 minutes, that's a great title. So here it says yellow teeth are a common issue. So if you're a dentist, you can take some inspiration from this. This one's about oil pulling as well. So all they've really done is they've taken the first article at the top, oil pulling, and they've given it a different headline, and they produced the article here. So that gives you some more ideas. BuzzSumo, most popular articles on the web. And then we've got Twitter. So twitter.com. Now Twitter, you can just hashtag and then type in your keyword. No, it's going to ask me to log in. It probably won't let me go into Twitter, but essentially there's a search bar at the top here, and you just put in like basically you just put like hashtag, you know, teeth whitening. Okay. Facebook groups. So let's go into Facebook. To search Facebook groups, let's go into to find a group. Let's go into teeth whitening. Okay, so we've got some pages, but if we had the magnifying glass here with the keyword, we go to groups. There you go. So you can see there's some Facebook groups of people that are interested in teeth whitening. Maybe that's not the best keyword to put in there, but you can see like there's communities, like 140 people in teeth whitening kits. Teeth whitening at your home, 44 members. You can start to learn like what people are interested in. Maybe you could try healthy teeth, and then try the groups in there. I mean, because I'm not a dentist, I'm probably not the best, but say if I wanted to, say if there was like a plant-based gym, so like one of our gyms, like plant physique gym, we type plant-based, and then we go to groups here, and we've got all these like plant-based groups. Like this one's got 3,000 people, plant-based whole food, 80 to 90%. That's a lot of people. Or T. Colin Campbell, 26,000 members. So there's a lot of Facebook groups that have these huge communities that you can, you know, join in for free, and you can check in and see what people are most interested in, and scroll through the groups and that type of thing. If I go to Vegans in Queensland, there's 3,000 people here. Let me just give it a second to load. Now if I scroll down, I can see what people are sharing. So we've got an ebook share here. I want to share my ebook. These guys are promoting their cheeses. These guys here, 10 ways to support the bees, soy and cancer growth, sharing articles. This person here sharing a video. This person here sharing an interview. This person's sharing a vegan workshop. So you can see here, like, I mean, this person's obviously a business owner at Vegan Palette. A Vegan Palette. It's a local vegan restaurant. You can see here. So he's in a vegan group. He's a vegan business owner, and he's sharing his vegan workshop. I mean, you can't get much more focused than that. He's got 13 people interested, one person going. So obviously his marketing's probably not working too well in the event here. So he probably needs to promote it a bit more. But you can get a general idea here, you know, of how these Facebook groups are super powerful for your business and for your content. SurveyMonkey. So SurveyMonkey, let's jump into that. SurveyMonkey.com. Okay. Once you go sign up for free, it just asks you to put in your details and sign up. I think I've already got an account, so let me see. I think I put it under Nick Ritchie 1. Nope. Let's try Nick Ritchie. Yep. Now let's try the email address. Okay, never mind. But essentially, you go to surveymonkey.com, you sign up for free, and you can get basically access to create a quick little survey for free. And you can send that out to your current or previous clients. You want to ask your current and previous clients, you know, what sort of topics they're interested in, and you want to ask your subscribers as well. So the people that are on your email list, send an email saying, hey, I'm thinking about doing like a teeth whitening workshop or articles on teeth whitening. What are the things you're most interested in when it comes to dental health? And was it teeth whitening? Is it gum health? Is it bad breath? Is it, you know, whatever. So you know, and your subscribers will send you back the things they're most interested in, and that will allow you to create content based on those things that they send you back. And you can have different angles. Like first, you can write an article on, say, if you select bad breath, you can write an article on like top 5 tips to avoid bad breath, and then you can write top 7 hacks to fresh breath. So you can sort of take different angles on the same topic and still educate your clients in a different way, from a different angle, give them a different insight on the same topic. That's sort of how you take one thing and you split it into multiple areas. You take different angles of the argument, or like research. research shows bad breath is most contributed to coffee in the morning. So that just gives you a really good idea about how to approach getting your ideas. Now, the one thing is really important. Your content should not solve multiple problems or a really large problem. It should solve one thing. So like I mentioned, like bad breath, that's not solving like somebody's entire teeth and dental health issues. It's just solving one of them. You know, you're not gonna, you don't want to, you're not giving away the cow. What you're doing is you're passing them a seed so that they can take that knowledge, plant it, and actually get some results right away. I mean, maybe a seed's not a good analogy, but they can take a tool that you've given them and they can implement it right away, or an insight. You really want to entertain and educate at the same time. So I remember when I first started teaching some of our staff to write articles, I started off by teaching them how to write a bullet point, which I'm going to show you guys soon. You write bullet points first and then you fill out the content later. And one of my staff said, "Oh, how do I know, what content to write? Or how do I get ideas?" And I'm like, well, the ideas are all around you. Just think about some of the things your clients have said to you in the past. And she's like, "Oh yeah, okay. Actually, my client was just saying to me today, if I had any recipes for mums that they could feed their kids that are plant-based." And I was like, well, there you go. Like, you could start off with like, 10-minute dinner recipe, and you could call it like a spaghetti bolognese or whatever. Plant-based spaghetti bolognese and plant-based in brackets or something. So there's like one piece of content right there. So you just ask the question, what is one problem my perfect average customer would love solved right now? So that's really the key to your content marketing. Only try to cover one thing. Don't try to cover if you're a dentist, you don't want to cover secrets to dental health. That's more like something you would put in a course or something you would put in a workshop where you're covering multiple things. But even then, in a workshop, you don't want to cover the whole thing. Like, that's more like a retreat, like secrets to dental health. I mean, it sounds like you're covering a lot of areas. Whereas you want to do a workshop on, keys to fresh breath and how to avoid bad breath or something. Once you've done your research on your customer. So like I said earlier, with your content, people want to be entertained and educated. So, you don't want to just be like, "Hi, you need to drink less coffee and you need to do this." Like, you might start off by saying, do you start your day off with a cup of coffee, with a cup of joe, and then you turn around and kiss your partner and they slap you in the face and that's your wake up for the morning. Like I do, you're throwing some personality in there. So people want to be educated. When they're reading something, they want to feel like it's a bit fun and that sort of thing. The most important thing with your content is start with a compelling headline. And I mentioned in our Facebook Ads for Service Businesses course, I actually covered the which you guys will be aware of. I actually covered the cheat sheet headlines, or secrets to creating compelling headlines. So there's a lot in there. But to start off, when you're first starting your content, use top fives. So use top fives or 3 keys or 7 tips to. So like top 5 tips to avoiding bad breath, or top 5 hacks, top 5 weird tricks to avoid bad breath. Something compelling, or 3 keys, 3 keys to fresh breath without having to chew mint all day, or something, or 7 tips to 7 strange tips to avoiding teeth cavities, or so you're putting together, that's just off the top of my head, but you're putting together a headline that's really compelling, that causes people to click. It's not clickbait, because you're actually delivering content on the other end, and you're actually delivering what the headline says, but you're making it compelling. The next step is write each bullet. So say if it's the 3 keys to bad breath, it could be like key 1, avoid coffee. key two, key tip, key tip two, eat parsley. Key tip three, eat plant-based, right? The foods you eat or whatever. And then you fill it out. So you're like, well, key tip one, how you should avoid coffee. Research shows coffee drinkers, it changes their acidity in their mouth and it leaves coffee residue. And people who don't drink coffee think it smells bad, so just avoid it. Yeah, so you're just filling out each bullet point after you've written each bullet point, and that makes it really easy to create your content, because really your content's only 300 to 400 words. I repeat, your content only needs to be about 300 or 400 words. So if you write it in a Word document, then you save it as you go, and then you copy it over into your WordPress site or into your whatever you're using for your articles or blog on your website. If you don't have a website, you can just use your Aweber autoresponder and just send an email out with the article itself in the email. But just warn people, hey, by the way, this is the article. If you continue reading this email, you're going to be here for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or something, however long it takes them to read 300 or 400 words. Shouldn't take long though. All right, and then at the end of your article, you want to add your call to action. So your call to action, you always want to ask them to do something. So say for example, like this post, share it. Then that will encourage people to share it. Don't ask them to do 3 things at once. So don't say, like this post, share it. And hey, by the way, if you did like it, you'll love our cheat sheet. Grab the cheat sheet by clicking this link. And then, by the way, also click here to learn more about our other program. Because people will only do one thing. So at the end of every article or piece of content, always ask people to do one thing. Don't ask them to do 3 things. Ask them to do 1. So if you think the post is going to be viral, you can always, or if you see it going viral, like if the shares are up around like 15 to 30 shares and you've just put it out into the marketplace, you've just shared it on your Facebook page and other areas, then you're like, well, it's getting shares. We should, the call to action at the bottom, we should change it to like this post, share it. That way it's going to go viral, or it's encouraging people to make it go even more viral and encourage people to share it. Sometimes I'll put like this post, share it so we know to produce more content like this. So it's like giving them a reason, right? They're like, well, I did love this content, and if I share it, they're probably going to produce more content like this. So the other one is, if you like this, you'll love our cheat sheet, and then you link them to a cheat sheet that's really relevant to your blog. So to that article. So if the article's like top tips to bad breath, your cheat sheet might be oil pulling secrets for the health nut who wants fresh breath. And then click here to learn more. It could just be going straight to grab a voucher. It could be click here to learn more about our 21-day challenge, or click here to learn about our makeover package at our beauty salon, or click here to learn more about whatever it is. So you definitely want to have a call to action at the end of every article, and that's really important. And just to wrap up, so congratulations guys, you have completed the content marketing secrets. But wait, you can apply for help if you do want some help with anything to do with your digital marketing efforts, whether you need your website started up or put together, maybe you need a website built out, maybe you need your funnels built, whatever it is. We'll cover the details later, but if you do need help, you can apply for help at the link below, thriveentrepreneur.com/call-thanks. Thanks for following along guys, and we'll catch up real soon.